Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge, I'm a Oak empath, and I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Man, I underestimated what the Gemini full moon was going to do to me. It's officially, evidently, from word is tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. I'm just gonna copy the link from this over to Facebook before I get elapsed time, 15 minutes before I start yammering on. Alright, I did get to I got a solid freaking hour and 20 minutes meditate state today. That was pretty rad and definitely necessary. Definitely. Listened to a few good talks. I was in the middle of one right now from the Astrology Hub. The more beautiful world our heart knows is possible, with author and speaker Charles Eisenstein. If that pronunciation is correct, always give credit where credit's due. They inspired me because I listen to other people's talks and I put it together with how I see things with all my clairvoyance, all the data I collect. I'm like, yeah, all right, that makes sense. I can jive with that. Tucker was just getting mad as Benny came in. He's all feeling the moon effects too. Benny, he's just a good old boy. He don't care. He's over here. Moon schmoon. Man, he's just the freaking top 3 best dogs I've ever seen in my whole... He's just a good dog. He's just a good boy. You know? I mean, there's good dogs, and then there's dogs that are just... I don't know, he turns his head. He teaches me how to turn the other way, turn the cheek. That's how I learned how to turn the cheek, is from Benno. So some of the things that I'm seeing in this calibration, see, I look at ley lines, the grids, map lines of the earth. They're power grids. It's like when you're a little kid, didn't you freaking stick tweezers in an electrical socket? Isn't that like a rite of passage, that and touching a stove? Like sticking something in the light socket? I mean, isn't it a rite? I mean, there's something in there. People plug things in and it powers them on. It makes them alive. Like blenders. There's a movie called Short Circuit when I was a little kid. Johnny 5 is live. Check it out. There's also a movie called Runaways with Gene Simmons in it that was kind of poignant and apropos. Somewhat futuristic. Anyway, we're all just energy, our frequency, where we vibe. A lot of, people vibe high energy. I have a lot of energy. On these videos, I have, I'm chill. It's a relaxed environment. In a different environment, I'm far more animated. And the more people I'm around, the more animated I can get. Because I feed on people. Feed. That's not a good word. I charge from people's energy. We all do. It's not feeding. If people stop thinking about it. Other entities and beings feed off things. That's a power thing. It's cooperation is nature's way. That's the thing, is I animate people. I feel their energy. That in turn animates me. I put on a show. I raise their vibe. They go home and tell, oh, yeah, I saw this fool at the store today, dancing around in her own little world, whatever. There's worse people in the world that do worse things, right? And then I do these videos, right? That's how I contribute. That's a little much for the... We ain't trying to holler at that right now. So, I have this belief system that where we're born, where we not only are the stars in the sky that is important, but is where that we established our first connection with breath on this planet Earth. And I use a lot of, I think about a lot of things, and I make a lot of decisions, and I use a lot of information collected from latitude and longitude, oddly enough. Yeah, because I found, and you might find yourself if you look up your own path of places that you've were born and have lived in your life, and people that in your life that have been significant, and see if these paths have crossed on a map. We're supposed to go where we're supposed to go, end up where it's like our energetic map is called to the earth to complete a circuit, a frequency, so to speak. You know, in every place you go, you make an impression from your energy. And for an example of that, I was born in San Bernardino, California, and that's like 35.14 latitude, longitude. Something like that. I know it's 1, 2, 3, 4 mixed up, so it's like 34.12 or something like that. Anyway, and the rule is the plus or minus 2 rule. Is that if you know, significant places you lived and other people to cross paths is plus or minus 2 within the latitude or longitude of where you've been. So I was born in San Bernardino, and I ended up in Crete. And I looked up Crete just to remind myself as a refresher the other day, and I was at Crete for Operation Iraqi Bullcrap. And that counts for the plus or minus 2. And people that have been significant in my life, you know, I mean, and I ended up in freaking Omaha, Nebraska for 50. I mean, so that's a congruent. That's a high energy area because of the traffic. And then I was listening to the talk about the people from the Astrology Hub earlier, and I'm like, man, that's what's happening. Freaking guys, she's meditating. She's meditating right now. She's clearing her energy field because nobody's on her chakras. Mount Shasta is one of her chakras. Nobody's on her Geisen. There's a place, London. There's a kid who does, Scott Gregory. He does readings. He's on another one of the earth chakras. So she's clearing her chakras right now because people aren't saturating her, like, you know, because there was freaking, you think about the influx of the last, I've just nothing but seen it, the main stage, because I've been gone within for 3-4 years now, is my go within period. My quarantine time has been a little bit longer than everyone else's because of the circumstances of how my life changed, and it's cool. I freaking have learned a lot, dude. And Mom and I we're best friends now. We have a good time, and that has never been the case. That we did not have kind and loving. It was just like tolerance and just, she hated me. She hated me because she didn't get to do what she wanted to do. I was not planned. I was their parting gift. That's what you get for retrograding. There's a lot of retrograding right now. Anyway, so I think about all the stuff that's not happening. And there's this like flash of people just going all over everywhere. People were just flying in private jets, and they're just, you know, going to their summits, and they're having their conferences. And, you know, in this internet, I've been in IT since, I've been in the path of IT since 2000. And I've always figured stuff out. So it's just really kind of interesting to watch the astrology unfold, and then it plays out on the world stage. I was telling someone today, I'm like, man, because I've listened to talk recently, and I've read that is evidence that has supported it through my whole entire life, and that is that I just got 3 thoughts at one time. So they all just got blasted right out of my head, confounded, because it was just like, talk about Aaron and the ley lines and the latitude and longitude. There's someone that I mentioned Morro Bay recently in one of my talks, and she was like, no way, her grandma, I grew up there, or lived there, and so she'd go visit her grandma, and so we were kind of exchanging how it's been significant. I hadn't been back in years because we lived there from the time I was like 2 until Mom picked us up from school We drove at 8 hours and lived in Reading from then on in like 79. So like 3 years maybe. But I taught myself how to ride a bike there. They bought me a bike and it had training wheels on it. I went in the garage and I grabbed a wrench and I freaking took off the training wheels and threw them in the garbage. It took me about 7-9 days to taught myself how to ride a bike. Because I just get stuck on things. And I just work at it until I walk through the threshold between unfamiliarity and familiarity, when my body lines up and physics line up and muscle memory lines up, and I let my mind go and I stop thinking so much and I just let things go. So I taught myself to ride a bike when I was like 4. Yeah. Anyway, so more rock. My father, uncle, and grandfather climbed into that. And I don't know, I don't know a lot of people who can that have done that. But that's what it's kind of stock my people come from. We're like the quiet freaking we're the quiet ones that do these freaking really amazing things that, just to do them, just like so we could tell stories about them. Yeah, one time we climbed to the top of Mora Rock. It's totally illegal. They'll arrest you and throw you in jail for like attempt to suicide. It's like, for Christ's sake, I'm trying to freaking climb a rock. The control freaks have just been freaking out forever. Now they're just getting old and just like, dude, retire, man. It ain't age discrimination. It's freaking a matter of that your old ideas are old. So, we need new ideas. So just go sit down. Thank you for your service. Go sit down. Yeah, there's a new era. Turn around, and we ain't about freaking, making money off, getting sons and daughters to go overseas and kill other people's sons and daughters for profits for no apparent reason, because the new world is, look at all the kids that are all sensitive now, all sensitive. You gotta make accommodations and things, extra sensory, because that ain't good for readiness, if you want to know. That's a thing. So I think that's interesting that somebody randomly came across my channel, started to watch it, and then we came to Cromus because we ended up in the same latitude and longitude at some point. I mean, and it's significant. I've tested it out for like shows that I like. Greg Garcia is a director of one, and he did like My Name is Earl, I believe. Or is it Raising Hope? Or is it both of them? Yeah, I did those, and I really liked those. and it fit in my plus or minus too. Yep. Anyway, so since my train of thought derailed, let's see. What happened to the song? I don't want you guys to be able to hear it, but I want to be able to hear it. Okay, let's see if there's anybody in the talkie room. Anyone in the talkie room? Hi, Mel. Mel's in the talkie room. Miss Third, can you show your... Oh, well, that's an... You're always here, Mel. Thanks, Mel. I'm glad that feels good. Latitude and longitude. I think, Mel, as a matter of fact, I think New Jersey, I think I looked up New Jersey. Well, I've been to New York. I mean, I've been to your side of the road. Your side of the street. So, but it still falls into the same latitude and longitude. We've still crossed paths. That's what, when I think about same freak tribe, same frequency people, that's what I think about, people that are literally in alignment. I mean, where my soul is whatever has been set up in my Akashic record. I've been getting a lot of different things about Akashic records. So that tells me that more and more and more, when I get it and it's more frequent, then that tells me that more mainstream is stepping into my line of thinking. That's the way I think of it. It's like the broadband gets wider. It's like, welcome to the room. Welcome. Come on in. Have a seat. We've been waiting for you. We've been waiting for you on 5D. You've been on 3D for a while. We've been here on 5D. You know, because a lot of people, man, for whatever reason, your astrology changed a few years ago. 5, 4, 3. I don't care how old you are. There's a percentage of the population of the planet that just made to stop. Just your whole life turned upside down. Without just and everything you tried to do, it was like the harder you tried, you just got a bigger slam in the face. Slam in the nope, stay within. But at the same time, you managed to pay your bills and get by. Like, you always managed to just get by. I mean, there were points in there, the stuff that I'd gone through in the last 3 years, that I floated a freaking 20-cent balance for 10 days. Because I didn't have, it was just, I was running out of money. It was just, I wasn't getting any jobs. It was just one thing after another. It was just blow after blow after blow. And that's what people are coming into the realization, is that our energy field, our endocrine field, it really needs to be taken care of. Because, I mean, think about it. As long as we are charged, that is what replenishes and heals our cells. Think about how long people should be living. I mean, it's in the Bible. It was in the Bible. That's evidently, I understand, people in the Bible live like 250, 300 years. You know? And we've shortened it down. It's like Humanity Express, 74.3 years, you know, and reducing every year because indulgence, greed. Because people don't acknowledge and recognize that they have a spirit, that this is just a soul sack. And that you can't buy all that shit that you freaking buy to show people how rad you are and how important you are and how cool you are. It's fucking landfill, man. It's ocean waste. It's, you know, our wonderful Navy. Yeah, you know, they go on leave because they're on this, so they just collect money. So they go on leave and they have their little areas. So they buy, you know, freaking video games and freaking TVs and stuff. And oh, TV broke. Oh, throw it over. What do you think? I mean, come on, man. What do you think? I mean, we have deals where we're selling our garbage to countries overseas. Really? You don't think they just throw it off into the ocean and haven't for years? I mean, come on, man. They just collect money to freaking be greedy, dirty pigs. I mean, come on. They're companies based on men that highly unlikely do not wash their hands after they pee. And I know this because I worked in IT and they always put me by the bathroom. And you hear it flush, but you never hear the freaking faucet turn on. And I just be like, oh my god, I have to touch your fucking keyboards, you dirty pigs. You know? Because what do they care? They're just spreading their madness. That's what men do. They just spread, their flour, it's just fucking gross, man. It's gross what programming, what people, it's all coming down. I was looking up numbers on Viagra, and I'm like, man, I can't wait till women get their men back. I'm happy for that. Once men start becoming more balanced and they're feminine and acknowledging their emotions and their feelings, that's when the baby booms are really going to happen, because that's when women are going to be attracted to men again. And men are going to feel good about themselves again and find their vitality and their freaking vigor again without fucking enhancement drugs. Yeah. How's that for a world of possibility? You know, where people don't need porn, where it grosses and disgust. When they look at it, they recognize, you know, that's not something of a should be stimulating you. That's a girl that probably got taken when she was 12 years old and hasn't seen her family, or that kid who his family hated him because he was gay, so he's lived on the street since he was 12, 13, and so that's what he does to pay the bills. You know, that's what you're going to see when you look at that stuff. That's what people should see. Where's the spirit in that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That one felt good. There's a spider on the wall. There is I know that there's something flying around in here. There's always spiders on my wall. I'm a Heyoka. They're my friends, man. Yeah, see, oh, here's another thing. I love telling secrets. I love giving up gigs. Here's another thing. Here's another, because I was so sheltered when I was a little girl. Or when I was young, up until until I went into the Air Force. Air Force was like my high school career. But I had a high school roommate who educated me, and he was in Operation Iraqi Freedom, or no, he was in Desert Storm. Excuse me, I was in Operation Iraqi Bullcrap. He was in Desert Pile of Shit, whatever. That was just another theatrical excursion for profit. It's false for profits. Anyway, he was gay, but he looked straight as hell. I mean, my gaydar sucked because when people look straight, I'm just thinking they're straight, you know. But now is a different story. Now is a totally different story. But this, I was like in my early 20s, you know, from Redding, small town, to Sacramento. You know, this guy has been seen some stuff, so he educated me on some stuff, and you know, he taught me about gaying away. You know, and that's why I'm like, everybody's a little gay. And when people get so pissed, like adamantly livid about it and like harm people to disprove it, dude, that isn't even you aren't even disputing yourself. That is a given. You are telling people that you are fighting with yourself in that being. That you are what you are harming is what they are openly, freely living. That's a given. And so you just outed yourself. When hate crimes, you're outing yourself. You understand that we're stepping into that reality of that situation. That behavior is no longer tolerated. No longer, no more. No. The age and the era of the bully, the power play. And this is an example. He's like, that's why, you know, everybody's a little experimental, you know, everybody's a little gay. Doesn't mean that they act on it, live on it, but everyone's a little curious about it at some point, sometime. No one should ever act out in violence. And then when he told me that, you know, these guys going over, oh, married, oh yeah, married. It's not marriage. That's a contract that says I'll take care of you if you do my laundry and I'll pay the rent. Pretty much, kind of thing. So people are quit doing that, you know. I don't know. But so I started thinking about it, and then I was like, oh yeah, you know, gay, you know, all these guys act like they're straight, and then they want to, you know, they want to, you know, hey, just remember, if they're turning you around, it's all hourglass shape from the back. It's all a beautiful hourglass shape. So chances are that, you know, if you're too busy and you don't feel like it, sensation is sensation, chasing sensations is sensations, you know. And guys with egos that have sensations to chase, you know, they'll get it anywhere. Guy, girl, you know, and that reality is coming out. I mean, look at the whole world is opening their eyes to. I mean, people have denied the existence and the reality of my life and people like me, and now they're opening their eyes to it. I was freaking raped when I was 10 months old. And so that means that my whole life, with my level of sensitivity, with my whole life path, I have learned to read the frequency, the vibration of a human being that has the potential in them to do these things. I would love to sit in courthouses and prove my theory. I would love to. I walk down into the street and prove it every single day. They wear the same cologne. They wear the same brands. They're all the same. They all do the same thing. It's like a pattern. It's a sick, twisted pattern people get stuck. It's a frequency. It's a vibration. Yeah. You see, because either we grow in spirit or in ego as we evolve and ascend in this life. And then once we take our last breath, and our energy, our spirit goes out into the solar system, and we sit up in the sky with the constellations of our same freak tribe that we've sat up in the skies with. That's how Stardust ended. When I saw that, I was like, finally, somebody else sees what I see. Solar system, same freak tribe. It's all light, vibration, you know? It's all a wonderful story. We're all connected. More and more people are getting to see it because the earth is calibrating and she is ascending. And because she is ascending, and we're seeing it, the shamanic resonance, that's ascension. Our bodies are doing it too. And when our bodies do it, that rapture that you feel, that bliss, to me, it feels like a kiss of 1,000 angels on good days. On bad days, it's just like, nah, too much. No, don't want it. You got it. I'm like out in the back. I don't care if it's pouring down rain. I'm standing in the rain with my feet in the earth. I'm just like, take it, take it, take it. Because I'm sensitive, man. But hopefully soon I'll be making some more friends. And see, that's what friends do. Friends are like the like in a recording studio, the buffer on the wall to keep the noise out. That's what friends are. It's what relationships are. They help us see why we respond the way we do, and they hopefully teach us how to respond in a healthier, positive manner. That's what these earth experiences are, to learn to do things more positively. Not to suck and drain and freaking, I mean, those ways are over. Those ways are over, so. Anyway, I think that's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Thanks for hanging out if you stopped by today. I appreciate it. Today's been an energetically hard day for me, and I just have to go with it. See, because it's the resistance when I get up and I'm like, no, I'm gonna power on and get. That's what I did for years, and that's why I ended up. That's why I get so freaking depleted now. And plus this moon, man, this moon, and it's astrology too. People really need to start checking out their charts, man. Start checking out your alignments. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. World's about to open up in a big, beautiful, glorious way, and just, you know, I can't wait to. I don't really want to go out until people start taking off these stupid masks, man. I'm already over those. So, hope you have a rad evening. Peace.